Welcome back to the Journey to the FarLands. All right. Okay, looking in here, I've got a bunch of stuff I don't need, so let's just bust out of here. And in this oh-so-tight quarters, make sure there is no creeper types about, because they have a tendency to ruin your day. Yes. All right. Now, I'm going to pop over here and face back this way, and I'm going to throw some stuff out and get rid of that. I don't need the iron. I mean, I've got 13 blocks of iron. I don't need any ore. And I'm going to get rid of most of that cobble. Yeah, that'll work. And we'll just actually, let's go grab some wool. Oh, I need a new shears. How about that? Okay, I did have one still, but let's use the older one first until it breaks, which it just did. Thank you. I'll take that and that. All right, start off today with a bit of wool gathering. Oh, for crying out loud. That was a waste of time. Okay. Let us move onwards to the FarLands even. And away we go. Yes, finally. Anyway, here we are, starting out on the morning of the 439th Minecraft day since leaving spawn, in this episode 144 on February the 5th of 2018. Imagine that. I almost said 2017. Terrible. It's funny because, you know the classic thing where, you know, it gets to the next year and for 3 weeks after that you're still writing the year for the previous year. I don't do that. But apparently I make the mistake when I'm saying the year. Terrible. Oh well. Anyhow, the size of the world this morning, 5,285.14 megabytes and climbing. And here we go, heading onwards to the FarLands of Minecraft in beta 1.7.3, that being the last version of Minecraft in which the FarLands actually exist. And yeah, we're heading onwards, taking advantage of the opportunities to view the sometimes very awesome terrain of the beta terrain generation. And, well, I have a stack plus of wool. Do I really need to get any more? No. What I need is to make a new axe and start collecting wood. Yeah. Actually, it doesn't matter with the workbench, because in this version an axe does not make the workbench come down faster. It should, and later on Mojang did change it so that it would, but there you go. Alright, another tree. Shut up, cow. If I want to hear you make sound, I'll write a script and beat you until you recite it properly. Yeah. Well, not really. I don't want to write a script right now. That's a pain in the butt to do. And I certainly wouldn't do it for a cow. Anyway, moving onwards here. Onwards and westwards. Let's see. I picked up wood. Yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty. And I also notice I don't need to worry about arrows. I have a little over a stack, so we're good there too. Yeah, well, we're heading onwards here, and I have to say a sincere, heartfelt thank you to the zombie that I can hear but not see. Oh, you're down there, aren't you? Yeah. You're down there in the pit of doom. No, thank you. Now, I was going to say a heartfelt thank you to several individuals who left questions and topics and stuffs and things and whatnots like that for use as talking material for upcoming episodes of Journey to the FarLands. I do very much appreciate that. It helps a lot, I think, to provide the necessary audio that keeps this from being basically a silent movie of walking through Minecraft. And, you know, that wouldn't be a whole lot of awesome. No, I don't think so. Anyway, let's see. One such question, and I'm not taking them in any particular order here. I've basically I copied them out of YouTube comments and stuck them in a text file here, and I don't even know what the original order of them was. So anyway, let's see. Spitster asks, when you say the furnace is on all night, how hard does it need to run at that temperature? Well, that was a reference to the really deep cold that came upon us in January, and to some extent is still going on in February here. Basically, what I do during the wintertime is I keep my furnace thermostat set so that it will maintain roughly 65 degrees. And there have been times when I have felt the need to drop that setting even lower to like 55. It's not a pleasant time, but it has happened on occasion. This year, however, I've been able to keep it set to maintain 65, which, while it could be a little bit toastier, it is passable. And anyway, like for example, when the temperature went down below 20 degrees Fahrenheit, that's where it starts getting really cold, and especially when it goes down into the single-digit temperatures. That is epic in its unpleasantness. But I was referring to how much the furnace was running. It was running a lot. I mean, it seemed like every time I actually paid attention to whether or not it was on, it was on. And so I took a half an hour one evening, and I just listened and timed it. Because my furnace makes a rather distinctive thumping sound as it lights up. There's no mistaking when it starts. And when, of course, when it stops is when the blower shuts down. And so I timed it. And it was running for like 5.5 to 6 minutes on, and just about 4 minutes off. So it would run for 5.5 to 6 minutes, and then it would be off for 4 minutes. And then it would just go back to that cycle and just repeat that cycle all night long. And I'm figuring, you know, I'm no expert on such things, but that seems to me about running 60% of the time. That's a lot. That is a real lot. So yeah, that's what it's been doing. And when it gets down to that kind of cold, it generally runs about 60% of the time. And it's like you can just almost imagine the needle on the fill gauge on the propane tank. You can almost imagine seeing it creep towards zero. It doesn't actually move that fast, but you kind of get a feeling you could almost see it going that fast when it's running so much. And I'm hoping... Shut up, noisy. Nobody wants to hear you either. And take your nasty leather. Oh boy. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I mean about the furnace running a lot. It's running like more than it's off, it's on. In the daytime, not generally quite so bad, but you probably hear it start in the videos occasionally. It's kind of hard to mistake. And of course, now I'm going to have to actually point out the next time I hear it start while I'm recording. Just for the heck of it. And I can see I'm going up and up. Oh. Oh boy. Okay, almost as much fun getting down as it was getting up. Okay. All right, that'll get me down there. All right, great. Let's see. Ooh, epic lava fall. Spilled out over something here, and we have another forest fire. Yeah. Definitely a toasty time in Minecraft. Let's see. Okay, Just C2 asks, what is the determining factor that kept or keeps you going on YouTube doing mostly Minecraft for 7 years? I don't have anything better to do? Well, no, seriously, I enjoy Minecraft, and why not? I enjoy Minecraft. I have the time. I have lots of time. So why not? I'm having fun doing it. That's a good reason right there, I think. I mean, granted, I have never been what you call a big channel that would be the kind of thing people would expect to be raking in the dough doing it. So it's not about the money. I mean, whatever little bits, tiny bits, micro bits of money that I earn from doing YouTube it's pretty much gravy, an extra thing, you know. because I do very much enjoy doing it. I like making videos. I like playing games. The two are kind of a good match, you know. And so I figure why not. And keeping going with Minecraft as opposed to other things. Well, let's face it. I do have fun with Minecraft, and also my Minecraft content is generally the best performing stuff that I do. You know, and with Hermitcraft being way by far and away in the lead on performance of how good the videos do. So, yeah, I figure as long as it's a fun thing to do, I will keep doing it. You know, and who knows, you know, once in a while I do come up with what I think is a really good idea, and it works out to something that is either good or at least funny. And at least from my point of view, at least. Not everybody agrees with what I think is funny, but then again, nobody agrees on everything. But, yeah, just keeping on with this and having fun doing it, whether it's Minecraft or whatever other game it might be, because it's fun, it's entertaining, you know, and occasionally learning new tricks about how to do cool things in video edits or in sound editing and whatnot, or whatever, little things like that. Of course, the one problem with learning cool tricks to use in video and audio and whatnot is that they're not the kind of things that you would generally use very frequently. Because if you did, they would lose the impact, and they wouldn't be as, hey, that's cool, because it would be more like, hey, he does this every 3 days, you know, or some kind of thing like that. But still, I've learned a few neat little editing tricks, and I've figured out a couple or 3 decent audio things, and so on. And just keep doing the video and keep playing the games. And I figure I'm going to keep playing the game anyway, so I might as well make video. I mean, why not? Now, granted, I don't have the way about things that some folks do that manage to, I've seen people that do it, that manage to take almost any video they do about anything and turn it into something that it comes across like it is the ultimate viral video thing and whatnot. I mean, it's not, but they sell it that way. They promote it that way. They talk about it like that, and they have that feel about it that they really believe it's going to be like that. And I have a hard time with that sort of thing, because I know the virality of video is not something you can plan. All right, let's get some more boat action going on here. All right, get that out there, recover this. Okay. All right, the next item is Diane Christensen asking, if I could live anywhere on Earth, where would it be and why? Oh, well, that's a potentially loaded thing. If I could live anywhere on Earth, well, probably a place very much like where I live now. A nice, quiet neighborhood, you know, without a bunch of fights and yelling and screaming and occasional gunshots and stuff like that. I mean, I've lived places like that where you hear yelling and screaming and fighting all the time, and occasionally you hear gunshots and stuff like that. Those kind of places are no fun to live. I mean, you might think so, and then you realize that those gunshots could come through the wall and invite themselves into your home. And that's not so much fun. And, yeah. A nice, quiet neighborhood with not a whole lot going on. And, let's see, the place I would live would obviously be a place where mowing the lawn would never be my responsibility at all. That would be a given. Because pretty much I gave up mowing the lawn about 2 or 3 years ago. Because I just got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore. It hurt too much to try. And that's a bad sign. And so you stop. Instead of trying to just He-Man it through and end up being found on your front lawn after having had a heart attack or something. Yeah, that's not good. And having had a heart attack, granted, it didn't have anything to do with mowing the lawn, but having had a heart attack, I don't ever want to have another one. No way. So, yeah. So any place I would live would be a place where there would be, the lawn would not be an issue. It would be a place where heating and air conditioning would be, that would be a default part of it, and it would be reliable. It would work good. And it wouldn't cost me an arm and a leg to keep it running. So that I could never freeze my butt off in winter again, and never sit there wondering if I'm going to be parboiled in the summer, and things like that. You know, I don't need a big fancy mansion-like thing. I don't want to, like, move to Bel Air and live in a mansion or some crazy thing like that. I just want to be comfortable, and I want a reasonably quiet, peaceful kind of place to live at. I don't need or want parties going on all the time and stuff like that. Never been a big fan of that kind of thing. And the one other requirement that I would have for where would I live, and I'm not even specifying a particular location or state or whatever, because that's not the important part. The important part is the actual precise details of where you live. You know, the physical location is almost non-issue. But the one thing that I would absolutely insist on would be, I would want to have, and I've said this before, the fastest internet access known to man. You know, and I say that because living here in Northeast Arkansas, which in a lot of ways is a perfectly fine place to live, because the area in Northeast Arkansas where I live meets a lot of the requirements that I have, although it doesn't meet the no lawn requirement, because the lawn is my responsibility, and so on. But generally speaking, a lot of the things about where I live does meet up with what I want, except the internet. The internet service out here, well, to put it mildly, it blows chunks. And we won't talk about chunks of what. But let's just say gooey, unpleasant unfunness. Yeah. Not something you want to invite home or anything like that. But no, seriously, the internet service out here is terrible. I used to think when I first got this ADSL connection how amazingly fast it was, because I was comparing it to a 56K dial-up modem that we had just upgraded from. And that was all fine and dandy, but it became obvious to me when I started uploading videos that it was not so wonderful, because the 10 megabits download speed is way severely offset by a really, really, really slow upload speed. Slow enough that if I upload a 30-minute video, it will take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours to finish uploading. And that's doing 720p 30 frames per second. If I did 1080-60, the way some folks have actually tried to convince me I should, then a 30-minute video might easily take 6 to 8 hours to upload. And no, and no, I'm not going to do that. Because another extra special part of it, with the upload speed being so low, that while uploading a video, you can't do much of anything else. Because you say, well, your upload is one thing and your download is another. Yeah, you're right, up to a point. But the problem is when you're downloading video or anything, a website or whatever, you're loading it in your browser. That means technically you're downloading it, and all of the graphics and other things that are on that website, you're basically downloading that. And the thing about a download is, downloads are basically, the files are broken up into packets. And those packets get sent to you in order, and then your computer reassembles them into the original file that they started out to be. And for each packet or set of packets, your computer has to send back an acknowledgement that you have received it. And that eats into your upload bandwidth. And when you're uploading a video with really, really slow upload speed like I've got, then you're basically having to use almost all of your internet just to upload the video. And when you go to load a website or load a YouTube video or something like that, it takes a lot longer, because it has to get those packet acknowledgments or whatever, those ACKs have to get in there between the packets that you're sending out in your upload. Yeah. And so uploading a video slows everything down. And that's not a lot of fun. I mean, I have seen YouTube drop a video resolution down to 144p because I was making the hideous mistake of trying to watch a video whilst I was uploading my own. And I know better than to do that. It's just that once in a while I get stubborn because I feel like I should be able to do it. And it should be easy. And of course, technically in a way I am able, but it's not easy. It's never easy. Yeah. So, yeah, I think the biggest requirement is going to have to be good internet. Really, really good internet. And given all of those things, I could probably live almost anywhere. Almost. But I have gone way beyond the I want to live in XYZ place. Actually, I could live in almost anything that has XYZ requirements met. And oh boy, let's not go walking off the edge over there. Well, it looked a lot more severe from the other side. Yeah. I mean, there has been a few times when I've thought that, you know, it would be nice to live in such and such a place and so on, and maybe it would, I don't know. But, you know, I could continue living right here where I am now and be perfectly happy if that zombie would kind of forget I was here. That's what happens when you walk through a dark forest in Minecraft. And it's getting dark, and I need to be digging in. Really soon, like right here, I think. Okay, let me kind of close the door here, put up a torch, and dig the rest of this place out. Yeah. And then one more back. Okay, let's get this out and pop that down there. And let's see, I need boats and beds. I guess I don't need to get any more wool next time. Probably don't need to get any wood. Yeah. Okay, that'll work. Anyway, I hope my answering was adequate and not too incredibly spammy of the is he ever going to shut up variety. All right. Anyway, I thank you all for listening and for watching and so on, and for donating to Child's Play charity, because it is a worthy cause, definitely worth the time and the money and so on. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.